Infamous in 5 minutes, sort of. Everything you need to know about the story so far. Spoiler alert. Cole McGrath is an ordinary parkour-loving bike courier until everything goes bananas. One of his deliveries, a mysterious device called the Ray Sphere, activates and causes a huge explosion in Empire City. Thousands are killed, but Cole is spared and gets electricity superpowers in the process. The city is now in shambles. A mysterious plague breaks out, crime rules the streets, and the government quarantines the entire area. Cole and his main bro Zeke lay low because the whole city thinks Cole is the cause of the attack. Oh, and Cole's girlfriend Trish, she blames him for the death of her sister, who died in the blast. After trying to escape the city, Cole is captured by DARPA agent Moya. She tells him that the mess was caused by a secret society called the First Sons. Apparently, there are people born with a special mutation called the Conduit gene, and the First Sons made the Ray Sphere to unlock latent abilities of Conduits. It just so happens that it does this by killing a ton of non-Conduits. Agent Moya also says that her husband, Agent John White, infiltrated the First Sons, but has since gone missing. Her deal to Cole: if he takes down the First Sons, he'll get his name cleared. Standing in the way of this are 3 separate forces. A mysterious guy named Kessler leads the First Sons. Former First Sons researcher Sasha controls the Reapers with her Conduit mind control powers, and Alden Tate is a bitter old Conduit who leads the Dustmen. Through acts of superheroing, Cole starts to gain the trust of the city, which also makes Zeke jealous in the process. The duo catches up to the Ray Sphere, but Zeke betrays Cole and decides to activate it to get his own superpowers. Luckily, nothing actually happens, but Zeke decides to give the Ray Sphere to Kessler in hopes that Kessler can soup him up. Running low on friends, Cole is contacted by Agent John White, who informs him that Moya is not his wife and just wants to give the Ray Sphere to the government. John knows how destructive it is and wants it destroyed. But before this can happen, Kessler kidnaps Trish and tragically kills her in front of Cole's eyes. In her last moments, Trish tells Cole that she is proud of what he has become and loves him. Yeah, Kessler is gonna pay. Cole and John are finally able to destroy the Ray Sphere, but something goes wrong and John is vaporized in the process. This leads to a final fight with Kessler, but just before he dies, Kessler unloads a twist. Kessler is actually Cole from the future, WTF. Yes, in an alternate timeline, a terrible force called the Beast wrecks the entire planet. Future Cole had the power to stop him, but chose to flee with his wife Trish and 2 kids. The Beast ultimately kills his family, which spurs Cole to use his Conduit powers to travel back in time, don the name Kessler, and speed up the development of the Ray Sphere. His plan was to manipulate present-day Cole's life so that Cole would be strong enough to take down the Beast. Even though Kessler's plan kinda worked, the Beast is still coming, so it's time to get allies. Cole partially forgives Zeke for being a jerk and is contacted by NSA agent Lucy Quo, who worked with John. Quo wants Cole to come to a city named New Marais and meet Ray Sphere scientist Dr. Wolf. They both know about Kessler and the Beast and want to help. Typically, just as we're leaving Empire City, the Beast shows up. Cole gets his ass kicked and Empire City blows up. The group barely makes it out and the Beast follows suit, killing thousands of people along the way. Enter New Marais, a former party town that's now plague and monster-ridden. Great. It's ruled by a militia called the Militia, which is headed up by all-around nutso and secret conduit Joseph Bertrand. Cole makes it to Dr. Wolf and obtains his new invention, the Ray Field Inhibitor, or RFI for short. This thing actually takes powers away from conduits, which makes it perfect for stopping the Beast. The catch is that Cole isn't powerful enough to use it yet, so he needs to power himself up. After a run-in with the militia, Wolf is killed and Quo is taken hostage. Cole is aided by Nyx, a sultry conduit who wants revenge against Bertrand for killing her mother. Bertrand is just pissing everyone off because he also hooks Quo up to a machine meant to activate her latent conduit powers and then use that power to manufacture conduit mercenaries. Cole saves Quo, who's now supercharged with ice powers and a new see-through top. Time for even more new allies. Team Cole hooks up with anti-militia rebels led by Roscoe LaRoche. With their help, they take down Bertrand, whose conduit power is becoming a slimy Godzilla monster, and learn that the RFI can cure the plague. A plague that was caused by the Ray Sphere in the first place and is now spreading across the entire world. But it is never that simple. Cole runs into John, the same John who was vaporized a while back. Turns out that the Ray Sphere activated John's conduit powers and turned him into the Beast. Yes, John has been killing thousands of people, but he has a reason. People everywhere are dying from the plague, but he has the power to save conduits. He does this by activating their latent abilities, but of course, activating a conduit requires the death of non-conduit folk. Cole meets back up with the group and learns some more bombshells. Zeke has the plague, and while activating the RFI will get rid of the plague, it will also kill a ton of conduits. including most of Team Cole. Cole freaks out about this and decides to side with the Beast instead. In the resulting fight with the Beast, Nyx dies, but Cole is able to take down the Beast and fire the RFI. Billions of lives are saved, but at the cost of thousands of Conduit lives, including Cole McGrath's. Remembered as a hero to the city, Cole's death is mourned by his best friend Zeke as their ship sails away from New Marais. Of course, all this destruction has shaped a new world that Kessler never dreamed of. A dangerous world where conduits are feared and humanity is desperate. A world that needs new heroes.